Hi guys, it's Heroes Must Die Devlog 2, and I've made a lot of changes. I've sorted out a lot of bugs, and I've also introduced a few changes and features into the game. So first of which is now there is a full options menu where you can change the resolution, set all the quality settings for the game. Audio and game is not working right now. There were a lot of things that I needed to do, so these are saved for later, and controls are done. So right now you can just see the controls, but after maybe in the next update I'll be adding all the control mappings. I will enable all the control mappings so anybody can customize the controls as per their choice. Alright, and now the next thing is I introduced save feature. So now you can save your files, and the game has autosave. So whenever you are closing the game will autosave to the last save slot that you've chosen. And now if you want to start a new game, you will go and you'll find that if you have a slot available. If you don't have a slot, then there'll be 3 slots when you start a new game, and as you can see here, you can pick any of one of them and the game will autosave in the same slot, and you can load any previous save files. So we don't have any right now, so we'll just start a new game. I'll pick the second one just for the sake of it. Okay, so next what I did was I personally felt, and a lot of people also told me, that the character is walking a little slow, and the running is fine, but the walking was slow. So I've increased the walking speed a little bit, and even the running speed. Also I've increased the day cycle by 5%, so it is a little bit longer of a day. It will not be very apparent, but it's something that I've done. Okay, so in the game you can buy resources from some places like these, right? So here we only had some that you could buy 10 wood for 1 gold. I've increased that amount because it was becoming really cheap, so that's some balancing that I did. And I've also added more options, so if you want to buy more resources with more money quickly, so you don't have to just spam that button, you can click on a different option. And same goes for the other resources like the stone and iron. You can see iron also has different. Iron is a little expensive than stone or wood, but that's just how it is, and so you can buy that too. But essentially what I would prefer, that buying those resources was only for emergencies. The game essentially asks the player to collect their own resources, mine their own resources. You can just right click, and you can have you can start chopping down the tree, or you can mine the stone or mine the iron. So right now we don't have any blacksmith related stuff for iron. You can just mine the iron, you'll get iron pieces that you can use in your traps directly. But right now that's just how it is. Maybe in the future we'll be having some actual smithing done to the iron and stone for crafting purposes, but right now this is all that there is. So let us just gather up some iron quickly, and also we'll get some stone, and then we can set up some traps because it will be morning soon, and there we go. It will be morning soon, and just as morning comes, the heroes will start coming in, and when the heroes start coming in, they'll start looting our gold. We don't want that. So let's just quickly run over to our home, and I'll be placing some traps. So this is a new feature, so now it shows which traps are being connected. You can just connect, or you can either close or you can press somewhere else. So this is just something that should be there as an option, because sometimes you will misclick, or you just have a lot of triggers and traps in the way. That is the reason. Let's just delete that. Alright, so we are getting some enemies now. Let's just fast forward. Okay. This is just the day one, and this is wave number 2. I'm not naming the waves, but basically it's just you'll get around 2 or 3 waves per day. That's how it is set up. So what's next? So there were some directional arrows for something like the trigger or the connections, so I removed those because those were not helping and were just coming in the way. And all these trees are all interactable, and they leave this part of the trunk, which will grow the tree back again after a short while. We'll just wait and see for that to happen. And also I've made some more changes in the map, where I've set some trees, and there were some bugged up areas, and also the flickering of the torch, the lights, I've also changed that. This is taking a lot of time. And also there's options here now, also not just in the main menu. This is with the tree. Collect some stuff. Don't worry about that, I'll remove it very soon. So next, what I'm going to do in the next build is have the whole tutorial set up in a number of levels. So right now we're set up to just one simple tutorial, which is long and sometimes people just don't get it. So I'm going to have a number of levels, like 3 or 4 levels, which will all explain the game in in a proper manner, and also have player be introduced with these. Right now there's just some texts that show up in the tutorial, which is not very helpful. There was some bugs in some specific traps, which I will just show you. Let me collect some more resources. I've just put in a cheat code to unlock these traps. I will show you. So we need 50, 50, 150, all. Soon there will be minions that you can hire to do the mining and resource collection and movement of stuff. So right now, the player has to do this, but later on, we can have AI do this. Let's just grab some stone. I don't think we need to worry about the heroes, because we have good amount of traps set up. Okay, so this is another bug, that sometimes the resource does not completely fall to the ground, and so the player cannot pick it up. I will be trying to solve this bug very soon. Mostly it happens because it just falls on top of the head of the player character. Just go back to our house. Okay, so our traps were not good enough. It's got 10 on 20, 10, 30. Everybody has 10 on 30. So we'll just put anvil drop trap, and I'll put it right. Yeah. It will reload on itself. Yeah. Let's just put more traps for the sake of it. So that is why the market will come handy, as we can just quickly go here and buy a little iron that we immediately require, and we can use it to build some emergency traps. Like for example, we are short and the enemy is just walking past. There we go. So now we'll be able to see that the heroes are not able to go through our And another feature that we have is sometimes that you need to tweak how soon your fire is happening. So you can increase the tweak, increase the time in firing of the weapon or the projectile. So it helps to balance the distance over. If the trap is very far away, you don't want a high delay, and if it's close, then you can increase the delay so projectile hits the enemy. Alright, so these were a few of the things that I did. I'll also show you some more. This is really annoying. Alright, so I will show you some more traps and these are direct traps. So what will happen is if the enemy steps on him, they just activates right away. You don't need a trigger or you don't need anything else. But these traps are also consumable kind of traps that you will instantly, they will just be destroyed as soon as they're used. I think they will also activate if I step on them, so let us not risk that right now. So both is just a fun little thing that I wanted to do. Okay, so let some of them die. I'll collect their gold and I'll build some more. Build the other trap. And I think now that we can build this one. This is a personal favorite of mine. It just explodes. We'll put this one right here. Oh. This is another bug. Did not go my way. Next is that there are some specific. They were actually before you would not be able to place traps on previously constructed triggers. Now there are some specific traps like the spike trap that you can build on top of the triggers. So that is another new feature that is actually kind of the barrel really did destroy everything. that's about it for this time.